Hi, my name's Steve Feckloff and welcome to the Scan Pro Audio site. Cue the music. Back in the day, synths were synths. They were real keyboards with wiring and amplifiers and oscillators beneath them. And the switches and sliders controlled things like LFOs and VCAs and ADSRs. But nowadays, thanks to companies like Intel and their incredibly powerful processors, we have soft synths. Virtual synths that can pretty much emulate anything that's gone before and a lot that hadn't. And the way we control them is using MIDI controllers. Now, MIDI controllers come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Indeed, anyone who's ever been to a Scan Roadshow or exhibition might have seen our very own Tom Autobot doing his thing, controlling different keyboards and different soft synths using Wii remotes and an Xbox Kinect. But we've taken things a little back from that, not just that extreme, and I have here a very fine example of a MIDI keyboard controller. So, a soft synth needs a MIDI controller to control it. This one has keys so that you can play the notes in, but it also has these sliders and these knobs and these pads so that you can affect various functions within the soft synth. And it's very, very easy to assign these to these functions. If we look at Massive, take for example filter 1 here. I'm going to assign the cutoff to this very first slider. And it's dead easy. I right mouse click over it and you'll see a thing that says MIDI Learn. If I click on that and then move the slider that I want to control it, you'll see it does a splendid job of doing that. Next door I'll do the same with the bandwidth. And I'll assign that to the second slider along. Now remember, if you didn't have these sliders, you'd have to do all this with a mouse, which is difficult at best. Down here, Massive has some macros, and I'm going to assign one of those to one of these knobs here, one of these dials. And the one next door to it, intensity, I'm going to do the same thing. And then just to show you that this works, if I go back over here, you should be able to hear that. And finally, if I was using a program like Battery or another drum program, I could assign these pads here to various drums or percussion and I could play them in with my hands. At the moment they're assigned to keys. So that is a MIDI controller, and that's exactly what you need if you're going to use soft synths, and you are going to use soft synths.